Yo, what's good, everybody? Mr. Dollar Part 313. I want to go over the Detroit Lions game versus the Minnesota Vikings. Detroit Lions came out on top 14-7. It was a defensive struggle, which I kind of expected with both teams having a great defense this year. And, you know, I'm glad that we was able to come out on top with this one because I knew it was going to be a very, very tough game, especially on the road in the division. Divisional games are always tough. So, you know, to come out on the road and come out victorious is wonderful, you know. So we definitely have to get better on offensive line play. Even though I'm always happy for a win, no matter what. But at the same time, moving forward, you know, we at the end of the day, we still give up 6 sacks. Now I understand that Minnesota have an excellent defense. In my opinion, probably the best defensive front in the league. However, we cannot have Stafford getting sacked 6 times. That's simply unacceptable. I'm not really sure when Taylor Decker is supposed to get back, but even, you know, until he does, we still have to hold down the fort. We still have our responsibilities of protecting the quarterback, a very expensive quarterback at that, and we cannot have him taking the type of punishment that he did. I mean, I think that we could probably put up a lot more points, you know, in that game if he wasn't constantly running for his life. You have to give the man time. Now, we did get the running game going a little bit. That's good. That's a plus. But still, we can't have him taking the type of punishment, Stafford taking the type of punishment that he did. I mean, it doesn't matter who you play. We have to do a lot better in that area, for real. But overall, defense plays solid. 3 or 4 turnovers? I think it was 4, if I'm not mistaken, but that always helps. You know, one aspect of your team is struggling, which is our offense. It's always good to kind of lean on the other aspect, which is our defense. You know, I think last year was kind of the opposite. You know, you always have to outscore the points that your defense is giving up. But if we can just get everything as a cohesive unit, solid defense and sufficient offense, I think we'll pretty much be one of the most unstoppable teams in the league right now. But a win is a win. That's always good, however you get them, especially on the road, especially in the division. And that'll be very beneficial as the season progresses. So now we have the Carolina Panthers coming up, and I think it's going to be a really good game. Speaking of the Panthers, they shocked me. I did not expect them to go to New England and win the way they did, but hey, it is what it is. So my hat's off to them. And not only that, my picks were fucking horrible. A lot of shit happened in yesterday's games that I did not see coming. I did not see Jacksonville losing to the Jets. I did not see the Titans losing to a rookie quarterback in Deshaun Watson, who I think is going to be a great quarterback. But I did not see 57 to 14. That's a college score. I mean, honestly. I mean, I understand that Mariota went out in that game, but at the same time, I can't really justify a defense giving up 57 points in the NFL. That simply does not happen, at least not that often, especially to a rookie quarterback who just went fucking ape shit in that game. You know, throwing all over the yard. Would he have like 4 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown? So, great game for him. So, and I think that was the biggest thing that Houston was missing all this time. They've always had a great defense, and they've always had the pieces offensively there. They just needed a quarterback, and it seems like they kind of found one in Watson. So congratulations to him, and hopefully that he continues to get better, and they be on the rise and a force to be reckoned with in their division. But anyway, back to our division. It's a good feeling right now to be a top. Well, we're tied with Green Bay, but you know, just moving forward, man, I'm just very optimistic, you know, with our upcoming few games. So hopefully we can take care of business against Carolina, and then we go from there. Yeah, I think it's the Saints afterwards. I could be mistaken. I don't have the schedule in front of me, but I think we have some very winnable games, including that Green Bay game at Green Bay. I think this team is good enough to win at Green Bay, honestly. If we go out there and play solid defense like we've been doing, and obviously do a much better job of protecting Stafford and get our running game going and our passing attack going, there's no reason why we shouldn't be successful. Yeah, and I understand that we don't have the greatest history of winning road games at Green Bay, other than a couple of years ago. But maybe this is a trend that can start. We can start actually getting victories there more often. So always happy to see this team playing as well as they are. And I know that's I've been watching all these sports shows today, ESPN, and we don't get much love or mention, of course. But so what? We win it, and that's it. But anyway, Miss Island Part 313, and I get at y'all later. Oh yeah, shout out to my DVE crew as always. I ain't forget y'all. All right.